The biggest story coming out of the courts today, a combination of factors that eventually led to what prosecutors said was a senseless killing of a man. The attacker, then 20 years old, who stabbed a stranger to death while they were both jogging, was sentenced to life imprisonment and 15 strokes of the cane today. Surajsrikan Diwakar Mani Tripathi admitted he stabbed and slashed Mr. Tay Rey Hao near a bus stop in Punggol Field Road at 11:08 p.m. on May 10, 2020. Mr. Tay called 995 and said that he had been stabbed many times. He was initially alert when paramedics found him, but lost consciousness later. He died early the next morning. Here's what we know about how the attack unfolded. On the night of May 10, 2020, which was during the circuit breaker, Surajsrikan and Mr. Tay left their respective homes for their regular runs. At that time, Surajsrikan was angry over some personal matters. He took along a Singapore Armed Forces issued Swiss folding knife with a 9 cm long blade and a wet wipe. Mid-run, Surajsrikan fell near a bus stop in Punggol Field Road and paced around for 5 to 10 minutes to work off his anger. At 11:08 p.m., Mr. Tay jogged past him. Overcome with anger, Surajsrikan unfolded the knife, chased after the victim and stabbed him forcefully in the back. Surajsrikan repeatedly slashed Mr. Tay's arm, chest and abdominal area when the latter was trying to sit up. Surajsrikan then kept the knife in his pocket and cleaned his hands with the wet wipe. He wandered around the neighborhood for the next 1.5 hours and threw the soiled wipe away before returning home at about 12:30 a.m. Surajsrikan was eventually traced through police surveillance camera recordings, which showed him wandering around the neighborhood with a knife in his hand. He was arrested at his home 6 days later, and the knife, which he washed with hand soap, was found in his bedroom cupboard. ST senior law correspondent Selina Lam, who covered the court proceedings this morning, joins us now to share more. Thanks for joining us today, Selina. So what did the court reveal about Surajsrikan's circumstances that eventually led to the attack?
It was revealed in court that the date of the incident held particularly bad significance for him. It was the 10th of May. And the court heard that on this date in 1999, his father actually abandoned the family, particularly his mom, who was pregnant with Surajsrikan at the time. And in 2018, that was the day he was enlisted into national service, and which was a short-lived stint because his anxiety issues caused him to be downgraded and discharged. So on the day of the incident, which was during the circuit breaker, he tripped and fell during his jog, and those significance about the dates exacerbated his anger, and that was found to be the primary driver for his actions.
So Selina, as you mentioned, Surajsrikan was found to suffer from some mental disorders. What kind of effect did this have on him? Could you share more on that?
So back when he was serving national service in 2018, he was diagnosed to have social phobia. And after the attack on Mr. Tay, he was diagnosed with severe social anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and dyscalculia, which is a learning disorder. And these disorders, or the combination of disorders, were found to have a crippling effects on his life. Because he dropped out of Northlight School after just one day. And in NS, he could not work with others in a confined space. So these exacerbated his feelings of anger when at the incident when he tripped and fell.
So Surajsrikan is 22 years old now. He's been sentenced to life imprisonment. What does this mean for him?
So he's been sentenced to life imprisonment, and he will also have to be caned 15 strokes. The prosecution actually sought 24 strokes the cane, arguing that he was unremorseful and that it was a very brutal killing, while his lawyer argued for no caning. But in terms of life imprisonment, the Court of Appeal has ruled that life imprisonment is a person's natural life. However, under the law, specifically under the Prisons Act, after a person has served 20 years, of his sentence, of his life sentence, he will be reviewed. It's so this is an administrative thing, and there will be a review to see whether he can be his sentence can be remitted. But of course, there's no guarantee, and if Surajsrikan is found not suitable to be released after 20 years, he will basically be paying for his crime for the rest of his life.
Thank you, Selina. That was senior law correspondent Selina Lam. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos.